The Horadric Cube in Diablo 2 has a lot more uses than outside of just the regular quests that I think are essential to early, mid, or even late tier game. These are just general recipes that I like to use. It's stuff that I wish I knew starting out as a new player and then transitioning kind of into, I've been playing Diablo for a very long time now. There's even some recipes that I learned that I just think would be helpful for everyone. So starting things off, the first recipe that I wanted to mention was the gem and rune upgrades. So on the screen here, you'll see a different chart basically outlining the different rune and gem combinations, but it boils down to if you have 3 like type gems, you can basically throw them in the cube and it'll upgrade to the next tier. For the runes, you can put 3 of kind of the lower tier runes and it'll upgrade it. And then you see again on this chart, you'll start to require a chip gem, and then eventually you only need 2 to upgrade to the next tier rune. As a side note, I don't think this is a very good method for trying to get some higher end runes like a Jah or Burr if you're trying to target some late game gear like Enigma, but I think it's going to be really great at filling in some of those different runes that you might need along the way. Next recipe that I really wanted to mention was potions. So this is something that I wish I learned kind of earlier on, but rejuvenation potions are very, very great at keeping you alive. Not only for hardcore characters, but it instantly replenishes your health or health and mana instead of just kind of slowly replenishing it over time. But basically 3 health potions and 3 mana potions and 1 chip gem, you'll get 1 partial rejuvenation potion. 3 health potions, 3 mana potions, and 1 normal quality gem will get you 1 full rejuvenation potion, and then 3 partial rejuvenation potions will give you 1 full rejuvenation potion. So this is really awesome if you see kind of like partial rejuve potions laying around. It's going to be nice to pick them up, and you're going to want to build up a huge kind of backlog of these that you're going to keep in your inventory. These are going to be great for bossing or just trying to, if you're doing Ubers or some late level gear that you really are going to want to push yourself. I think this is going to be great for any player along the way. The next recipe I want to talk about is unsocketing an item. So I'm sure all of us have made a rune word where you double check, triple check, quadruple check the recipe just to make sure that you didn't mess something up. But in the unlikely case that you do mess something up, combining a hell rune, a scroll of town portal, and any socketed item will remove the item from the sockets. This removes jewels, gems, or runes from it, but they are destroyed. So all bonuses that basically you got adding that to the item will be destroyed, and you won't have that rune. So if you mess up, again, I'll use the example of Enigma, and where it's Jah, Ith, Burr. If you did Burr, Ith, Jah, those are 2 very expensive high runes that you are losing. But if you had an awesome like Mage Plate or something like that you wanted to use, you would still get to hang on to that. The next recipe is going to be, I think, really useful, just kind of along the way. This is going to help, I think, more the early and mid-tier players. But this is going to be recycling your old amulets and rings. So if you combine 3 magic amulets or 3 magic rings, it'll basically convert it into 1 magic of the other type. So if you had 3 amulets, it'll convert it into 1 ring. If you had 3 rings, it'll convert it to 1 amulet. On the screen, for calculating the item level of the ring that you will be creating, it will be lower than the ones that you kind of were using. So for example, here using the formula on the screen, a level 80 character could make a level 60 ring, just kind of as an example. It's going to be 3/4 of the level of the character who rolls it. So just keep that in mind. But if you have a ton of really high level amulets laying around, like if you did some gambling and you just kind of want to see what else you can get if you're playing multiplayer and you want to try and just find different, like maybe, caster rings or stuff with skills, it will be really nice in kind of repurposing stuff for some of your other characters or other players on that you encounter. Last one is caster amulets. So this recipe is going to be geared towards very late tier gameplay. So this is going to be 1 of any magic amulet, 1 Ral, and 1 perfect amethyst. This is going to create basically a necklace where you're going to be targeting things like skillers, so +2 to skills, 20% faster cast rate. So you want to get, base 10 plus 5 to 10 to hit these kind of different breakpoints, which I do have a video on breakpoints, and if you want to see why that's pretty important, check it out on my page. But paired with the other useful modifications like life or resists, or if you're a sorcerer and you can get maybe roll like a strength, so plus like I've seen like 20, 25 to strength, which is incredible. It can be really valuable for letting you kind of reallocate points along the way. Let me know down below if there's any other cube recipes that you use on a daily basis. If you're liking these videos and want to hear more about some different mechanics and gameplay and stuff like that, subscribing would go a really long way, and I'd really appreciate it. If you want to give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, and like I said, I just want to hear from people, so let me know down below with what your thoughts and feelings are. But until then, I'll see you guys on the next one.